Okay, let's dive into something wild. A world where distance is, well, it's meaningless. A world where you could be anywhere, literally in the blink of an eye. Now, this is a dream that's as old as humanity itself, but what would it really mean to conquer separation? We're going to explore the science, the philosophy, and the absolutely profound consequences of teleportation.
I mean, just stop and really think about that for a second. One moment you're in your living room, the next, bam, you're standing on a busy street in Tokyo. Or hey, why not the surface of Mars? The possibilities are just staggering.
And look, this isn't just about getting from A to B faster. Not at all. This is about fundamentally rewriting the basic rules of our reality. Because when geography becomes totally irrelevant, everything we think we know, it just changes right along with it.
So yeah, this is the big sci-fi dream. And this desire, this longing to be distant, it's not new. I mean, you see it everywhere. From ancient myths about gods who could just pop up anywhere they wanted, to of course the transporters in Star Trek. We have always been fascinated by this idea. But what if? What if this fantasy could actually become a reality?
All right, so how do we get from fantasy to physics? Well, the most likely path, believe it or not, lies in the incredibly strange and wonderful world of quantum mechanics.
The whole thing hinges on a concept called quantum entanglement. It's this kind of spooky connection between particles. If you measure one, you instantly know everything about its partner, even if that partner is light years away. So what this means is we wouldn't be teleporting matter itself. No, we'd be teleporting the information about that matter. It's like sending the complete, perfect set of instructions to rebuild you somewhere else. A quantum blueprint, if you will.
So in theory, the whole process would be like a three-step dance. First, you've got the scan. A machine would have to map the exact quantum state of every single atom in your body, a monumentally complex job. Then, transmit. You'd send that mind-boggling amount of data to a receiving station. And finally, reassemble. You'd build a perfect copy of you at the destination. Simple, right?
Well, not so simple. We're talking about 10 to the power of 45 bits of information. To put that in perspective, that is more data than is currently stored on the entire planet. So yeah, overcoming that is an almost unimaginable technical challenge. But here's the kicker. Even if we could solve that, a much, much deeper problem emerges. One that technology just can't fix. And this is where we shift gears from physics to philosophy. Because if the process destroys your original body in order to create a perfect copy, did you actually travel? This is kind of like a high-tech version of an old philosophical puzzle called the Ship of Theseus. If you replace every single plank of a ship one by one, is it still the same ship at the end?
It is a genuinely terrifying question, isn't it? The person who arrives at the destination has all your memories, all your thoughts, all your feelings. They are absolutely convinced that they are you. But are they? Or did the original you die in that scanner only to be replaced by a perfect but maybe soulless copy?
Philosophers are completely split on this. On one hand, you have those who argue that as long as your memories and your personality, your sort of psychological continuity, are preserved, then yeah, you've survived. But on the other hand, you have those who believe that your unique consciousness, that spark of you, simply cannot be copied. And in that view, the teleporter isn't a transportation device, it's a suicide machine that creates a ghost.
This quote just nails it, perfectly capturing that chilling paradox. A machine that could connect the entire world, but only by annihilating every single person who uses it.
Okay, but let's just push pause on that existential dread for a moment. Let's imagine we solve it somehow. What would a world with teleportation actually look like? Well, it would be a world reborn, for sure, but also a world filled with some pretty unprecedented dangers.
The good stuff? I mean, it's almost utopian. Whole industries like transportation and fuel would just vanish. Borders would become these meaningless lines on a map. With no need for cars or planes or ships, global carbon emissions would plummet. And maybe, just maybe, the planet could finally start to heal.
But, and this is a huge but, the downside is just as extreme. Think about it. Whoever controls the teleporters controls the world. Governments could track your every single move. Physical privacy would collapse. National security? Pretty much impossible to defend. And what about human duplication? That would trigger an existential crisis unlike anything we have ever faced.
And beyond all that societal upheaval, there's a quieter, more personal cost to all of this. See, so much of our lives, our memories, our experiences, they're shaped by the journey, not just the destination. So what happens? What do we lose when that in-between part just vanishes?
You know that feeling of looking forward to a trip? The excitement building up as you pack your bags and head to the airport? Gone. Just gone.
Those quiet moments on a train, just watching the world go by. That gradual transition from one place, one culture, to another. All of it erased.
The whole narrative of travel, the departure, the movement, the arrival, it would be replaced by a simple, sterile, instantaneous blink. We'd gain access to everything instantly, but maybe we'd lose the entire experience of getting there.
Which of course leads us to our final, really critical question. In this incredible quest to conquer distance, we might actually achieve the ultimate dream of unity. But in doing so, do we risk flattening the human experience? Making every place equally accessible, and because of that, equally meaningless? It's something to think about.